name is Jeanette, and I will be co-leading this class today with trainer Sam. We are going to do a Vinyasa flow, but also focus on a couple inversions. We'll be focusing on chin stand and wheel today, so spending a little bit more time going through all of the steps to get into these poses safely. So to begin, or before we begin, grab a couple pillows, 2 or 3 pillows. We'll use those as a prop later. And let's begin in child's pose. Connect your big toes to touch. Spread your knees wide. Rest your forehead on the mat. Stretch your arms out long. And really dip into your shoulders. Settle in, get nice and comfortable. Dip into one shoulder and the other. We're going to be doing a Vinyasa flow first to warm up our bodies and do some preparatory poses for the inversions we'll focus on later. Take a big breath in through your nose. Ujjayi breath. Seal your lips. Breathe in and out of your nose. Make the sound like you're fogging up a mirror with a constriction in the back of your throat as you exhale. Remember to breathe throughout class. Breathe during these poses. Sometimes when we really focus on something, we'll end up holding our breath. Just remember to breathe. That'll help us. I offer up the intention for class today to focus on humility and perseverance. Focus on those aspects as we work on our poses. We can take that off of the mat as well. On your next inhale, rise up to a tabletop position and shift forward to seal pose. Drop your hips down. Maybe bend your knees and kick your feet towards your glutes. Really press into your palms to stretch out your low abs, your pelvis. If you're feeling pretty open already in your belly and your pelvis, you can lift up off of the palms of your hands and put more pressure on your fingers to lift your chest up even more. Try looking over your left shoulder to help stretch out your obliques. And then your right shoulder. Really get into it. Lower your legs back down. Breathe in. Exhale, child's pose. Shift your hips back. Can you sit a little bit deeper into your seat, your heels towards your feet? Can you press your forehead tighter onto the mat and extend your fingertips even longer than you did before? Inhale back to tabletop position. Parallel your back to the floor. Tuck your toes. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Pedal out your feet. Stretch out your calves. Press evenly into your palms and your fingertips. Press your chest towards your thighs. Hug in your core. Let your head hang heavy. Gaze between your legs. When you're ready, settle into your downward dog. Rest your heels towards the earth. Downward dog is an inversion. An inversion is when our head is below our heart. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step behind your wrist, ragdoll pose. Put a generous bend in your knees. Hang your head heavy. Option to grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Forward fold or ragdoll is also an inversion. So inversions have many different benefits. They increase immunity by aiding in the lymphatic system. Oftentimes toxins are introduced into our body through our lungs. When we're in this position, the lymph gravitates towards our lungs to help clean them out. It also aids in circulation, oxygen-rich blood. It goes right to the brain. Release your hands, heel toe your feet to touch. Rather, put them out wide again, hip width distance apart. And we're gonna put our hands flat on the mat. So you can walk your hands a little bit forward if so you're able to get them flat onto the mat. And we're just gonna shift our weight a little bit. So lift up onto your tippy toes and shift your weight into your hands. Build that shoulder strength and rock back and forth. Roll back onto your heels and see how that feels to distribute your weight to your hands and your shoulders versus your heels. This will help prepare us for a pose later. Roll back onto your heels. Now heel toe your feet to touch. Slowly rise up one vertebrae at a time. Let your head be the last to arrive. Roll your shoulders up and back. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach your arms up overhead. Ground down through all four corners of your feet. Squeeze your quads. Knit your lower ribs in. Melt your shoulders down. And face your palms towards each other. Breathe in. Exhale, modified namaste. Join your hands together. Draw them towards the back of your neck. Lift your elbows up towards the sky. Continue to hug in your abs. Give yourself a tricep stretch. Frame your ears with your arms. Inhale, palm tree pose. Clasp your hands in a bind. Flip your hands so your palms face the ceiling to stretch out your shoulders some more. Continue to hug in your core. Do like Samantha's doing and take some natural movement side to side. Take a breath in and shine your chest up. Trace the ceiling as you lean back and continue to frame your ears with your arms. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Put your arms out like wings. Fold your body in half with a flat back. Relax your head down and relax your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Parallel your back to the floor. Rest your hands on your shins or your quads. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Hug in your belly. Lengthen the back of your neck. Breathe in. Exhale, high plank to low plank, chaturanga. Plant your hands shoulder width distance. Step your feet back hip width distance. Shift forward. Lower only halfway down with your elbows tight to your side. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into your palms. Shine your chest forward. Lift your thighs and your kneecaps off of the ground. Roll your shoulders back and down. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a moment here to warm up your shoulder girdle even more. Inhale back to high plank. Shift forward. Hold in your core. We'll be using our abs throughout lots of poses today. Inversions are full body workouts because they require so much core strength. Take a breath in. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank, shift forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top, feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, modified namaste with your hands. Inhale, palm tree pose with the back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. You always have the option to hold high plank, skip the upward facing dog, and meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop, feet to touch to the top. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, modified namaste. Inhale, palm tree pose with a back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Choose your variation. Breathe in, upward dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Listen for the changes. Inhale, send your right leg high and open up your hips. Scorpion tail your leg. Rotate your leg around in circles. Get nice and loose. Inhale, re-extend your legs. Square your hips down to the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your foot in between your palms. Lower your back knee down. And we'll do a few breaths of stretches. So rise up, put your hands on your quad or your knee, and dip into or bend into your front knee. So you can really stretch out the left side of your hip flexors, your pelvis, to help open up our hips even more. Sorry. Inhale, crescent moon. Raise your arms up overhead. Face your palms towards each other. And lean back. Shine your chest up and back. Continue to lunge into your front knee to help deepen that stretch. Breathe in. Exhale your palms to the mat. Inhale, warrior one. Step your back foot a little bit forward so both heels can be on the mat. Bend your front knee and rise up. Your back toes could be pointed towards the front of the mat or about a 45-degree angle out to the side. It's a little bit different for everyone's body. Draw your tailbone down. Square your hips to the front. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale your hands behind your back in a bind. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, puff your chest up towards the sky. And exhale, humble warrior. Bow down. Keep your hands in your bind as you lift them up towards the ceiling. The right side of your torso is rested on your right inner thigh. Head is hanging loose. Return your hands to the mat. We'll take a modified half splits. So walk your hands about a foot or so in front of your front foot so your palms can be flat on the mat. Inhale, lift your left leg and come up onto your right tippy toes. Again, we're playing with that weight distribution, putting more pressure onto our hands and strengthening our shoulders. Square your hips down to the mat. It doesn't matter how high your back leg is. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your foot back. Swivel your back heel flat. Inhale, warrior two. Rise up. Lunge into your front knee. Lengthen your arms away from each other and gaze over your front fingertips. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Breathe in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up and back with your top hand. Leave your legs as is. Stretch out your right side. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, chaturanga with or without your ekapada or your right leg lifted. Totally up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Scorpion tail, open up your hip, bend your knee. Make some rotations with your leg One direction, and then the other. Inhale to re-extend. Square your hips down to the mat. Exhale, low lunge. Step your foot in between your palms. Lower your back knee and we'll stretch out this side. I like to put my hands on my thighs, bend into my front leg, maybe even tilt my head back. Feel that stretch on your right side. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms, shine your chest up and back, and really deepen that stretch of your right hip flexor. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, warrior one. Step your back foot about a foot or so forward. Lunge into your front knee. Lift your arms. Square your hips to the front. Melt your shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, your hands behind your back in a bind. Breathe in. Expand your chest. Breathe out, humble warrior. Surrender down. Drop your head towards the ground. Lift your hands up to the sky. Release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, modified standing splits. Walk your hands forward onto the palms. Come up onto your left tippy toes. Lift your right leg. Drop your right hip down. Lift your left hip so that your hips are square down to the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your foot all the way back. Inhale, warrior two. Spiral your back foot. Cartwheel your hands open. 90-degree bend in your front knee. Elongate your arms away from each other. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up and over and stretch out the right side of your obliques. Continue to lunge into your front knee. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, chaturanga with or without your leg lifted. That's ekapada. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That is our sun B. We will flow through that. One breath to one movement. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your back knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, hands to mat. Breathe in, warrior one. Breathe out, hands behind your back. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, modified standing splits on your tippy toes. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, right leg high. Breathe out, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left leg high. Breathe out, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands behind your back. Breathe in, chest expansion. Breathe out, humble warrior. Inhale, modified standing splits on your toes. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Stay for your exhale. Breathe in, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, chaturanga ekapada if you wish. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands behind you. Breathe in, puff up your chest. Breathe out, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits on your toes. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Stay as you are to breathe out. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, ekapada chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left leg high. Breathe out, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands behind you. Breathe in, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And breathe out, humble warrior. Inhale, standing splits on your toes. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe in, warrior two. Breathe out as you are. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, chaturanga ekapada. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Let out some heat. Reconnect with your ujjayi breath in and out of your nose. And move into a child's pose position, just like in the beginning of class. Rest your forehead on the mat. Rotate your wrists around. Relax. Reconnect with your breath. I'm going to switch the mic out while you rest here. And Samantha is going to show us a pose. And then afterwards will be my turn.
Slowly come back to your breath. Take an inhale and an exhale. On an inhale, rise up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog, hips up high. We're going to move through first an ekapada, and then from there we'll work into chin stand. So for ekapada, inhale, kick your right leg high. Shift forward to a high plank pose. Right foot hovers the entire time. Bend your elbows like you're doing a chaturanga to 90 degrees. Then tap your right toe shoelace side onto the mat. Flip your left toe shoelace side of your foot to the mat. Shine your heart for upward facing dog. Pike your hips back up, downward dog. Great job. Left leg. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Shift forward, high plank pose, left foot hovers. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees like you're doing a chaturanga. Place your left foot shoelace side to the mat, right foot as well. Shine your heart, roll over your toes, hips up high, downward facing dog. Nice. So that's your ekapada. You can add it anytime throughout class. Stay in your downward dog, take a few breaths. Breathe in and out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come on down to your knees and take a seat. Jeanette and I are going to do a quick demo of chin stand, and then we'll walk you all through it. If you know chin stand, feel free to fly right into it. And if you have any pillows, now's a great time. You can go ahead and place those right to the top of your mat. You'll place them right on your arms to allow for a little more support underneath your shoulders. Okay, so you start in a downward dog. Your right leg high, just like you're doing an ekapada. You shift forward to your high plank pose. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees like you're doing a chaturanga. Then use your left toes to kick and push up. Beautiful. Nice. Jeanette's doing that. She's really putting pressure into the palms of her hands. Her shoulders are resting on the pillows for support, and she's squeezing her inner thighs together to keep her legs as one. Beautiful. And then slowly to come out of it, you just release one toe and then the other. Nice control. Beautiful. And from there, you just flow right into your upward dog and then your downward dog. Obviously, if you're trying this on first, try to just shift forward with one leg, bend your elbows to 90 degrees, and then just practice with little hops. Left foot hops off the mat, right foot lifts. Nice. And then switch it out. Try your left leg high, shift forward to a high plank, bend your elbows, and then maybe your right foot just hops. Little tiny hops. Really working on building your shoulder strength. That's why we did all of those shoulder movements in our flow. Make sure you spread your fingertips out really wide. And if you want to start moving on, you're like, okay, I can do those little hops pretty well. Shift your leg, shift forward, and then just start with those kicks. Right leg kicks, and then just switch. So it's like a little flutter of your legs. So once again, shift forward. And then as you go into your chaturanga, push off with your bottom foot, kick your front foot off, and do a little switch of your legs. That's a great way to work into it. So take on any level. If you try on one side, try on the other. Really make sure your hands are starfished out. You'll feel it in your shoulder muscles. You're really working in, and as well as your fingertips, press those on. The goal is that your chin's resting onto the mat, but not very hard. You should be able to just gently lift it right off. Beautiful. And if you're ready to take it on even more from those scissor kicks, you shift forward, and then you just kick up and hold. Or not. Sometimes it works better than others. Nice. Do you want to try scorpion tail real quick, Jeanette? Awesome. So for scorpion tail, you simply bend your feet towards your head. So if you're looking for a little more addition, beautiful. Notice that takes a lot of flexibility in your lower back. So if you're not ready for that, no worries. We just want to show you all the different levels so you can try on any one of them. And definitely keep up the practice because they don't always look great the first few times. So practice makes them better. Do you want to try it from a flow, from a reverse warrior? Okay, so we're going to show you how it would normally be in a sequence and flow with us. So we'll just go from warrior 2 position. Warrior 2, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, high to low plank chaturanga, option for chin stand. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll try it on our left side. Just step your left leg forward to low lunge. Flow up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, high to low plank chaturanga, option for ekapada. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's it. Yeah, building up that sweat. So go ahead, take a break, come on down to your knees. Maybe go into a tabletop position. Switch your wrists out towards the front. And just shift forward and back, stretching out. This takes a lot of wrist and shoulder strength, as well as core strength, to just be able to lift yourself up, your feet over your head. Make sure you keep trying it on. Try it on as we flow throughout other classes in the week. And let us know how it's going. Slowly switch your wrists back to a neutral tabletop. Breathe in. Breathe out, shift back to a child's pose.
Thank you, Samantha. Sam, sorry, I'm not your mom. You're not in trouble. That was a wonderful demo, breaking it down. That's actually different than how I had learned it. All right, so from your child's pose, rise up to a tabletop. Sit up onto your knees. Shift to one side in order to get onto your back. Lie down on your back. You may want your pillows handy. Bend your knees. We're going to go into wheel pose. So we've done bridge pose a lot, and that's the start of it. So bend your knees, walk your feet towards your glutes, reach your hands towards your feet, and inhale, bridge pose. Send your hips up towards the sky. So this is a good place to start. If you feel comfortable here, rooted into your feet with your thighs parallel to each other. You don't want them way out, sprawled out. Whether it's bridge or wheel, thighs are parallel to each other. If this feels good for you, keep your bridge and reach your palms behind or to the side of your head with your fingertips pointed towards your feet. So your hands are above your shoulders with your elbows pointed up towards the sky. This will prepare you for wheel. If this is a little too intense, this is the time to slide some pillows underneath your back for support. So I'll put them at the base of my tailbone, lie back, and return the hands to that position that we just went over, fingertips pointed towards your feet. So Sam, you can lower your hips down for a second to rest if you'd like. We're going to do a few little exercises, first focusing on our lower half of our body, because when we lift up into wheel, you'll be pushing with your feet and lifting your hips first and then your head. So whether you have the pillows below you or you don't, start by lowering your hips down to the ground, ground down through your feet, push through your feet, and lift your hips up as high as you can. Parallel your thighs. Lower your hips back down. Lift them up to the sky. Press into your feet. Lower them back down. One more time, lift up towards the sky. Now you can keep your hips lifted if you like, or lower them back down, and then we'll focus just on the upper body. So now press into your palms. As you do that, your back will lift a little bit, and your chin will lift, and you'll redistribute the weight more towards the crown of your head gently. If you have any head or neck issues, please be cautious. Same with any blood pressure issues. Listen to your body. So as your head and neck are on the ground, push into your palms to lift them up. Tilt your chin up towards the sky. Gently lower back down, and do that one more time. Press into your palms, lift your chest, tilt your head back. Okay, so let's combine the two. Start with your feet. Press into your feet, lift your hips, press into your hands, straighten your arms. From there, you can walk your feet a little bit closer towards your glutes. If your legs are spread wide, pull them together to parallel your thighs to the mat. Put more weight into your hands to shift the weight. Lots of times we can have our knees really bent. So straighten your legs more to shift that weight towards your hands. Whenever you're ready to come down, bend your knees, rest your head on the mat, and slowly lower down onto your back, onto the pillows or onto the mat. So let's try that again. Ground down through your feet and your hands. Start by pressing into your feet to lift your hips. Press into your hands, straighten your arms. Parallel your thighs. If this is really comfortable for you, you can add a challenge by lifting one leg up towards the sky. Lower it back down. Try lifting the other leg up to the sky. The same goes for bridge pose. You can do those leg lifts from bridge. Bend your knees and slowly lower down. Whew, beautiful, Sam. Thank you. Great demonstration. All right. Luckily, you have the option to pause, rewind, take your time, try it with or without the pillows. You can practice anytime you want. From your back, let's do a counter stretch and pull your knees into your chest. Squeeze them into your chest. Relax your head and your shoulders on the mat. Take your time. Maybe sway a little side to side to iron out your low back. Return your soles of your feet to the mat, knees bent. Take a figure 4 on the right side. Plant your left foot. Send your right ankle across your thigh. Stay here if you'd like for a deeper stretch. Thread the needle, wrap your hands behind your left thigh and pull it closer to your chest. You can use your right elbow to simultaneously push your right leg open to help deepen it. I know Sam likes to straighten her left leg. That can deepen the stretch also in its own way. Keep your head down, your shoulders down. Maybe close your eyes. Inversions can build energy, and they also have the ability to be relaxing, depending on which one. Chin stand was a very energizing inversion. Something more like forward fold or downward dog would be relaxing. Switch out sides. Relax your left foot down to the mat. Stamp your right foot down. Figure 4 on the left. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh and choose whatever variation feels good for you. I like to thread the needle and pull my right thigh closer to my chest. Return your right foot down. Draw your knees to your chest again to reset. Extend your arms out wide like wings, and we'll do an easy supine twist. Knock your knees to the left. Melt your shoulders onto the mat. Turn your head to the right for a full spinal twist. And lower your heart rate. Lower your heart rate, excuse me. You can find humility in these poses. It took me quite a while to get chin stand, to be more comfortable in my practice. But through perseverance, we can build confidence. Return your knees to center and easy supine twist to the right. Send your knees to the right. Turn your head to the left. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Return your knees back to center. This time give yourself a big squeeze. Draw your forehead up towards your knees. Grab for opposite elbows. Squeeze in tight. Breathe in. Exhale, Shavasana. Release everything down to the mat. Take up space. Get nice and comfortable. Face your palms up. You deserve this time. You've put in some work, really using a lot of strength, core work, focus. How can we take this off of the mat and through our day? Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you want. If you're ready for some movement, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, your wrists and ankles. Give your wrists lots of love today. We use them quite a bit. Extend your arms up overhead. Give yourself a good morning stretch. Arch your back. And roll onto either side for supported fetal pose. Bend your knees. Use your bicep as your pillow. Stay for a breath or two. And whenever you're ready, with eyes closed, push yourself up to a seat. Easy pose, cross-legged. Join your hands at heart center. Raise them up to your third eye. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. We bow and seal our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining, for your efforts. Feel free to use this video. You have the opportunity to pause, rewind, to really practice the poses even more, and let us know if there's ever anything else that you want to work on.